treat. Hello, hello. All right, so we got this beautiful sign, this gorgeous ribbon that matches said sign. We also have these solid royal burlap hot pink. We're going to be using, this is a double-sided ribbon. We got some greeneries we're going to be using. There's 3 different ones. We also have some pink, still don't know what it's called, but they're foam floral thingies, you know, the floral sticky outy thingies. And we got this beautiful mesh. Okay, and we're going to be using the oval board. We got some pipe cleaners, you got some cable mounts, we got zip ties. You're going to need scissors, and you may need some kind of wire cutters, although these are not too bad to cut. Let me try a pair of scissors. So grab an old pair of scissors. If you don't have any like wire cutters or anything, old scissors, and if you score it, you can cut the greenery. Just don't use your good ribbon scissors because it dulls it. There is wire in here and it'll dull it. So ribbon scissors, not ribbon scissors. However, I have these little end cutters that I use all the time. I also have these. These are fabulous. They only open so much, so it doesn't take much to squeeze them if you have hand problems. You can see they only open just a bit, just enough that you can snip greenery like this. It's quite easy. We got more of these in stock today. So these are on the website. These I've had, oh my God, probably about 5 years now. So they're pretty old, but oldies but goodies, right? Okay, let's get started. So I kind of wrote out what I was thinking. So here is the oval board, okay? You'll see a number 1 and a number 2 on the oval board. Now I did with a Sharpie marker because you can write, you know, your whole pattern on your board, because once you cover it, you're not going to see any of the Sharpie marker. But where the number 1 and 2 is, I'm going to be doing 3 pieces of mesh ribbon right in the center. So right here, and right here. So there's 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to skip a row right here, skip a row right here, skip right here, skip, and then we get down to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, skip a row, skip a row, skip a row, and then we're back to the top again. So that's going to give us 12 holes we're going to use, which means I'm going to use 12 pieces of mesh and 12 of the candy ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to cut, I already cut most of my mesh, but I'm going to cut 12 pieces at 30 inches long. Okay, now if you don't have a cutting mat and a rotary cutter, you can just use the measuring tape. There is inside this little packet, there is an adhesive measuring tape included in your kit. This is for those of you that are just, you know, you may just beginning to start wreathing and you may not have all the supplies, which is not a big deal. Just take a little bit longer than, you know, those of us that have, you know, some of the tools. But what you're going to do is you're going to take this adhesive measuring tape, take the backing off, put it down on your table. Now this is a low tack glue, not glue, but sticky on the back of your measuring tape. Just put it on your table like this. Then you're going to take your mesh. Now, like I said, I want 30 inches. My measuring tape's only 24. So what you need to do is roll out your mesh, put your finger right where the 24 is, right there on your mesh. Okay, bring that down. And then at the 6 inch, you're going to take a pair of scissors and you're just going to cut your mesh. And then you have your 30-inch piece of mesh, okay? So you don't really need all the tools that we have. They're nice, but you don't need them. The heart, it's double-sided, it's quite thick. Again, if you don't have a cutting mat or a measure buddy, we do sell the measure buddy on our website. It measures from 8 inches all the way to 20 inches from here to here in 1-inch increments. Okay, so you can pull number 1 out all the way, and it's, when you pull it all the way, it's 14 inches from here to here. Okay, like I said, this is the very first original measure buddy, so it has been tossed around. These suckers, they're almost indestructible, I'm telling you. But if you don't have a measure buddy or a cutting mat, you can always roll out your ribbon and cut at 14 inches. You can also put your finger at 14 inches, fold it over, and keep folding back and forth to cut. And we're going to cut 12 pieces of the heart. Now I already have 8 cut, so I only need 4 more. Now, like I said, this ribbon is quite thick, so you don't want to go around your measure buddy too many times because it is thick. So if you do it too many times, you're not going to get a true 14 inches. Hello, everybody. So I need 4. So I'm going to put my ribbon. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to cut that off. Cut the end. Cut the end. And then we're going to dovetail the ends of our ribbon. Okay, so I just got 2 pieces here. Like I said, it is quite thick. It is double-sided. So you're just going to fold your ribbon horizontally like that, and then you're going to cut from the folded edge to the outside corner, and that's going to give you that dovetailed look for the end of your ribbons. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So just butt the 2 up, fold it in half, cut from the folded edge to the outside corner, and then we're going to fold it in half. Okay, that is our heart ribbon of holes. I'm going to put 2 pieces of the pink and 1 piece of the heart. Now, if you want to save ribbon, you can just use 1 piece of pink and 1 piece of the heart. Totally up to you. So we'll put the pink inside. So I like to make my packets of ribbon and have everything ready to go to build my wreath. And I need 3 more. Again, if you don't have measure buddy or cutting mat, you can simply just roll out your ribbon, put it against your ruler here, and just cut your pieces of ribbon. Like I said, it's very doable. Just takes a little bit longer. We're going to put our table mounts on the back of our sign. So this is a wood sign. I'm going to take this off, and then in your packet you have some pipe cleaners. Now I do believe we have some heart signs on the website as well, so if you didn't get a kit, you can certainly make your own up. I don't know if we have this heart one, but we have a few. So So you're just going to put your pipe cleaner through the cable mount. Okay, just like that. And we're going to put the cable mounts on the sides here because I'm going to put the heart pretty much in the center of my oval. Okay, so just my cable mounts in the center right here and here. Now I'm going to just use the adhesive that's on the cable mount. If you have hot glue or the automotive tape, you may want to use that as well. But the sticky stuff on the cable mount works pretty well on the wood signs. Just make sure you press down really hard and then you let it sit for a few minutes, which we will as we're building up our wreath. I'm just guesstimating, just like that. Press it down really good. You can leave the rope on. It can be, like when we attach it, you can have and zip tie your rope for extra measures so your sign doesn't fall off, or you can cut it off. Either way. All right, so the sign is ready to go. Oops. So you're going to open your zip tie. You open your zip ties. All right, we'll start right in the middle where number 1 and 2 is. So I did mark black marks. We're going to put a zip tie from the hole to the outside board, and I'm going to do it up till you hear that clicking and it's locked. We're going to put some of our greenery in this zip tie. So it doesn't matter, we got 3 different colors here. So there's a red, it's got a bit of a darker foliage. This is white, it's got little white, I don't know, buds on them. And then we have pink. Okay, so we'll just start with white. It really doesn't matter. We're going to cut that near the bottom. So snip one of the branches off. Okay, now I'm going to cut this in half, okay? So it's a pretty long stem. So I'm going to take my clippers and I am going to cut right above, kind of in the middle of the stem, right above the last little branch here that comes out. Okay, so we now have 2 pieces of the greenery with 1 branch. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 piece and put it that way into the zip tie. Okay, so put 1 this way, 1 this way. Now you do have lots of greenery. I am going to only use 1 branch per zip tie. If you want to put more greenery and stuff into your wreath, by all means go ahead. You have lots, but you have enough that you could use the greenery in the kit for another wreath as well. So we'll just keep it 1 branch, cut it in half, and then crisscross it, and then you're going to do that up. Okay? Just like that, and we're going to cut that zip tie off. Now, if you do have a glue gun, it's good practice to put like a strip of glue just across from one side to the other. That way it gives you, it does give you more secureness for your wreath, your greenery there. Okay, so now I want to get one of my ribbon packets ready. So first one I'm going to use is, got the 3 ribbons. So we're going to use 2 pieces of the pink. And then we're going to put the heart one right over top, just like that. Okay? And you can see where you folded it. We're going to pinch right up the center here. Just like that. And flip it upwards. So you got this like fan of ribbon. You guys see that? Okay. I'm just going to set that to the side. And then we're going to take a zip tie and we're going to go from hole number 1, right where we put the greenery, even though there's a zip tie there already, to hole 1.5. Leave it open. Okay, now we're going to fold our mesh. And we're also going to clip off a piece of this pink leafy foam thing. So clip a piece off, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of leaves on it. We're going to cut this in half as well. So go right to the middle, just like that. So you have 2 pieces that have 2 leaves on each. That's going to go on the top. Okay, so you're going to take, let me zoom out so you guys can see what I'm doing. We're going to do a big kerfuffle for our mesh. So what you're going to do is unroll your mesh, your 30-inch piece of mesh, and have it curl up, which means if you let go, it curls up on itself, okay? Take the top of your mesh, bring it to approximately the middle. So bring that top edge approximately to the middle. I'm going to put my scissors there. And then I'm going to bring the bottom approximately to the middle. Just like that. Okay, and you can line up the metallic stripes and line up the edges. And what we're going to do is we're going to pinch and drag right up the center of this mesh. So you're taking your pointer finger and your thumb and you're pinching and dragging. Okay, you need to do this on a flat surface. If you do it on a tablecloth, you're going to collect your tablecloth into your kerfuffle. So it gives you a pretty big ruffle. Now the reason I like kerfuffles is because it's flat. Okay, so we have a lot of ribbon going in and greenery and all that stuff that's going to go on top. So I tend to like my mesh a little flatter, so the ribbons are more pronounced. I don't know, it's just a thing. But once you have it scrunched up like this, you're going to flip it over because your edge, your cut edge is on this side. If you flip it over, it's now going to be on the bottom. So if it does have little strings or frays, you're not going to see that, okay? Then you're going to take that fan of ribbon, put that on top, and then we're going to come around the center with the zip tie that we put in there. Oops. There we go. Now don't do it up super tight. We're going to just move a little bit of our ribbons around. Look how pretty that is. And the greenery, we won't worry about the greenery until we're all done. Because it's all wired, we'll pull it and shift it and everything. And then I'm going to take these 2 pieces of the pink foam and I'm going to kind of crisscross, like I did the greenery, into the top of the zip tie. So 1, 2. All right, everything's in, and we can pull our zip tie. I like to use my little end nippers. I have these on order. I know we're out of stock right now, but there is more coming if you don't have any. These are awesome, because if you lightly squeeze, you can do your zip tie up nice and tight, and then clip it off. Or if you're really super duper, you can use your zip tie gun. The white bud, I think I'll use red. The red with the darker. Again, you're just going to crisscross it and pull it tight. So when we're done, this is going to look really, really full. Okay, so I did white, then red, and then I'll do pink. And then when you put this on the door, all the greenery is going to go against the door, and it looks like a really large wreath. It's actually really, really stunning. I did one last week like this, and I really liked the design of it. Okay, then I'm going to do red again. And then I'm going to use a glue gun and just go right across, just like that. That way, if somebody pulls on the greenery, it's not coming out. Okay, curl up, bring that top down about halfway. Put my scissors on it, bring the bottom up, scrunch, pinch, drag, whatever you want to do, call it, right up the center. Okay, there's your ruffle. We're going to flip it. I'm going to put a clothespin on because I didn't get my ribbon ready. Okay, so we got the heart and the solid. I'm just going to cross it just a bit like that. Pinch it in the middle, flip it up. Right in this, on this center of your zip tie, and do your zip tie up. You have 100 pack of zip ties, so you have lots of zip ties. Do it up nice and tight, and then go over again. And that way you don't have to hold the mesh while you're putting your ribbons in. Put this one flat because I have a 30-inch piece. So we want this ruffle to come over that way. Okay, and put that right on there. Do it up a little bit, and then we're going to put our pink foam flower in. Now, there's several ways you can do this. If you like to use pipe cleaners, you may want to just glue all your greenery and florals in. I like to secure all my stuff and make sure everything's in. So I like to zip tie it all in. Takes a little longer, but it's okay. Alright. Bring this over. I like to just use a clothespin and pin it over so I can see. fix all our tails and stuff once we get everything on. So the green is going to just kind of sit in behind, and you'll see it once you put all your stuff on the door, or hang your thing on the door. Now let's put, we got to change all this. We got the patents for almost all the boards. We have to change and put the actual patent numbers on all the molds. Okay, we're going to put the zip tie right at the top here, down one hole, up the other, to make a hanger. Okay, there we go. When you flip this over, look how nice and neat the back is. You wouldn't believe how much stuff on the front, right? Business on the back, party on the front. So I'm going to go right in the center. So I'm going to put my pipe cleaners right here and right here. That is the dead center of the middle of the wreath there. So, excuse me while I kind of dive down through here. Just kind of separate the mesh. There's the one hole. There's the other hole. And don't pull it tight. Give it just a little twist. Once you get your two pipe cleaners. Okay, so you can see there's the one. We're going to go over here on the other one. But you don't want to do it tight, right? Because if you do it tight, you need that little bit of lax to put the other side in. So if you just move the mesh, you can see the two holes right in the center. There we go. Okay, there you go. See the back? Okay, so I'm just going to kind of pull it up, give it a twist. Pull it up, give it a twist. I can feel like a bit of resistance. I feel that resistance, twist. Voila! Yeah, we're gonna have to fix all these tails again. Isn't that pretty? Let's get our bow maker out and try this. Okay, so let's do a 6-inch tail, give it a half twist. God, this is thick. So I want the red up. So I'm doing a 6-inch loop. I'm going to cut that. And then I'm going to come back in with the candy side up. So I'm not going to put any pink in it. There's a lot of pink in the wreath, right? We're going to bring out some of the red in our wreath. So again, 6-inch, but this time the candies is facing upwards. Okay, 6-inch. Twist, half twist towards you. And when I say 6-inch, I am talking about my loop. Put your finger in, and the end of your loop should be at the 6-inch there. That's what I mean about 6-inch loop. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to do for this bow. So we got a loop of red, a loop of candy, a tail of candy, and a tail of red. Looks good to me. Okay, You're going to take a zip tie. We're going to pull this off. Now, we do have the Easy Bow Stow and Goes in stock. If you were looking for the deluxe, I have ordered them. They are on the way. But we do have the Stow and Go. It does come with a ribbon holder and a carrying bag, which I've lost both because I'm a messy crafter. It is what it is. Okay, so I'm doing kind of candy, red, red, candy, red, candy. Look at that. Okay, we're going to bring this zip tie to the back. Take one of your pipe cleaners. Do it up. Don't do it up too tight unless you have already done your loops like I did. And then we're going to cut the zip tie tail off. Okay, and this is where we're going to connect. Dovetail the tails here. Again, you're just folding it in half, lengthwise, cut from the folded edge to the outside corner. Kind of simple, but brings in some of that red. And we're going to put that right about here. So I'm going to kind of put it, I think I'm going to just do it in the center. So I'm just going to kind of spread the center here. And you can see the number 2 here. That's the center. I'm going to just go down these holes. And I'll flip it over. You can see what hole I went down. Okay, right in the center, hole 2 to 1.5. If you pull it, you can feel some resistance and give it a twist. Now, if you can make a hand bow, God bless you, because I can't. Oh my gosh, see how that red now pops right out from all the pink that we used? Love it. Okay, we could put another bow right here if you want, but I think I like it just like that. Of course, you can put more if you want, because by the time I move all my ribbons to the actual spots they're supposed to be in, I'm not really sure we're going to need another bow. Now, you could put one maybe right here with the tails if you want. I think I like it like this. I'm very simplistic. And I don't want to... I want you to see the mesh, because look how pretty the mesh is. I want to make sure that you can see our foliage, our pink foam. So I'll have to move that up. We're going to do our ribbons. And then our greenery. We'll make sure we move all that, because it's all glued in, so you can move that all around. Yeah, I think I like it just like this. See how this one is kind of crossed over? Move that so you see more of the greenery like that. Bring it to the center. Then it's longer. Right now it's all kind of crisscrossed, move it to the middle. I will fix it all for the pictures. Very pretty. And like I said, you can do yours however you want. There's mine. We're going to now take our pipe cleaner, go back down, clean up the back so it's nice and neat and professional looking. Take your edge, cut your pipe cleaner down a little bit, put it back down the hole. So these two were for the sign. This one was for the bow. And there we go. You can sign the back, you can date it, you can put a sticker on it. There's the back. Party on the front. I have some greens here. You can use up your pink stick. Let's see, let's cut it up. Cut this in half. You can just glue. We'll glue this. Stick one there. So I'm just taking the end and I'm kind of poking it into the mesh. And where I poked it into the mesh is where I'm going to put some glue. We'll cut up these. We'll glue these in somewhere. Don't want to waste. Stick that one there. Oh, shoot. It's the only thing with the cordless one. It does shut off itself. It only takes a few seconds to heat up, but... Okay, now I'm just going to go and just put glue where I've stuck it right into the mesh there. Okay. Actually, it looks pretty with that little bit of green in the bow. Makes the bow really stand out. There we go. Done. I think it looks fabulous. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Be safe, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. Bye, everybody.